All right, it's time for our weekly check-in with Santa Barbara County Public Health, get an update on the pandemic, and it's always great to talk to Public Health Director Vondo Reynoso. Thanks for joining us here on Midday. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Joe. Thank you for having us.
Of course, this is great. We get a lot of good information in our 5 minutes that we can chat every week. All right, let's talk about eligibility expanding today. People 50 and older across California and locally can go ahead and get that shot. Where do you guys stand on that? Is it able to happen?
Yes, actually, we began that expansion on Sunday to those 50 plus at our clinic in Lompoc.
And I understand there's some openings, at least on the latest factoid sheet that I have from you guys, is that Lompoc had quite a few available scheduled openings for shots, right?
You know what? I'm happy to say that all of our appointments in Lompoc has been filled. So it's great that our community is seizing the opportunity to get vaccinated. But I want to point out to you that we just opened our appointments for the Santa Maria Clinic happening on Monday.
And that's great. That's going to be in Santa Maria, and that is going to open it up to more people in another community, which is great. Tell me about, I know some other counties have been able to get it to like people that are 30 plus. What's the difference county to county? How does that kind of change?
You know, I think it really depends on the number of vaccines available to that community and the willingness of community members to take the opportunity to get vaccinated. Here in our county, when we've expanded it to the 50 plus, we're seeing a robust response. So, and if we get to a point next week where we are seeing there are openings, we will then look at expanding that to the younger population. But for now, we are going to be offering vaccinations to the 50 plus. And in addition to that, when we begin our county vaccination clinic in Santa Barbara on April 12th, we will begin to expand that eligibility to those over 16 of age.
And I guess that's the next question. That's going to be coming up here in just 2 weeks, where the state says, okay, open it up to more people. And I'm sure you're ramping up for that, right?
We are. We are ready. We now have vaccines through our federal allocation to our healthcare centers. So we are fully utilizing those vaccines and will be having clinics in Santa Maria from Monday through Sunday, and then here in Santa Barbara beginning April 12th through that week.
You mentioned the willingness to get a vaccine. There is hesitancy among groups of people in the community. Many people concerned that it just hasn't been out there long enough to know what the effects may be. What do you say to folks that may be a little hesitant to go get the vaccine?
I would say, Coach, the vaccine, it's safe and it's effective. You may have some side effects after vaccination, but these are normal. And it is the best thing you can do for yourself and for your family and for your loved ones and for your community.
Now, we continue to see some big crowds. Obviously, the weather has been great. It is spring break. People driving up the coast, down the coast, going to the beach. We're seeing an uptick in certain places in the country in COVID cases. It doesn't seem to have reached us yet, but are you concerned when you see crowds like we're showing State Street from last week with just thousands of people out there?
I am concerned. We have, I'm seeing a slight uptick in our cases from the last few days. So I am concerned and just really wanting to remind everyone to observe the same safety practices that we've been talking about. Please wear your mask, stay 6 feet away, limit your travel. You know, I think that's one thing we're reading in the news across the country that there's really a high uptick in travel. And I just want to encourage our community members to really limit their travel, because they're mixing in communities where the variants are circulating and where there may not be that many, a large percentage of people who are vaccinated. So limit your gathering. The safest way to observe the spring holidays this year is to continue to be virtual, participate in the virtual gatherings, and to celebrate with those who live in your household. And if you have to gather, make sure it's outdoors. Make sure you limit it to the shortest amount of time possible, and limit your guests. Those are the safety precautions that we all need to observe if we are going to see a downward trend in cases.
Yeah, I know Passover started this week. We have Easter on Sunday. So really the next 2 weeks, as we know, there's a little bit of a lag in these test results coming back. Do more people need to go get tested as well? I know that'll be a factor in finding out where it actually is, right?
Yes, we are. We still continue to have testing availability throughout our county, and we recommend that if, regardless of your vaccination status, if you have traveled, make sure you test before and you test when you come back, and you isolate and quarantine.
All right, Von Dobernoso from Santa Barbara County Public Health. Thanks so much for joining us here on Midday. We appreciate it, and we'll check in with you guys next week.
Great. Thank you, Joe. Bye-bye.